Who is this? Who's that?
Little puppy.
What's the puppy's name? I love him or her.
Daisy.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't hear you.
Her name's Daisy.
Daisy. Oh, that's the best interview I've ever had. So Jasmine, how do you say your last name? I'm not even gonna try it.
Jasudavicius.
Jasudavicius.
Yeah.
I was not close at all.
I mean, I've heard everything.
What's the craziest you've heard?
Honestly, like when people just start, as long as they get like the jet, then I almost don't even listen to the rest of it.
That's funny. Oh my goodness. So, you are what, 4-1, and you're 3-0 as a professional boxer too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
What made you want to fight in the first place? What was it that got you thinking to yourself, man, I want to punch people and get punched in the face?
So like what happened was, I like a long time ago, I was going with my boyfriend. He was going out to PEI to train with Sago for a UFC fight, and then so I went with them. I saw like them training and everything like that. And I'm like, this looks pretty cool. I'm like, maybe I can try it. And initially, they let me, like Jason let me screw around with him and everything. And then he's like, you're not too bad. Like you should kind of give it a go. And then I went back home, started training, and then it wasn't until my very first fight that I really like caught the bug. And then that's when I was like, oh, okay, like this is actually what fighting is. And that's when I got hooked.
So you weren't hooked till your first fight. Now, was it before or after your first fight you hooked, or during?
I think it's probably after. I mean,
so what possessed you to fight then? Oh my gosh, you crazy.
I don't know. I guess it just fighting finds you. You don't fight, you know.
Yeah. So outside of fighting, what do you like to do? You got hobbies besides letting Daisy boss you around?
Yeah. No, she's just a puppy, so she's a lot of work. But I cook a lot. I like to like just try new things, and like especially when I have to like diet down and stuff like that, then I'll like try new vegetables and spice things up in the kitchen.
Now you live in Niagara. Is that a very French area of Canada?
No. This
Okay.
is like all English.
Okay.
In Quebec and stuff, that's like more French.
The reason I asked, I live in South Louisiana, which is very, very French, and I was like, oh, we might eat the same food, but no, it's nowhere going to be close. So your last fight didn't go your way. It was a split decision. I went back and watched it. You didn't look bad. I actually had you winning. But going into your next fight, that first loss usually makes or breaks fighters. What's your mindset going into your next fight, coming off of a loss? I mean, are you more motivated than ever?
Well, I mean, I feel like I've always been more motivated than ever. Like I've always felt like it was as motivated as I could be. But yeah, I can definitely see why a loss kind of like catapults people to the next level, because it does really like light a fire under your ass kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. So what did you learn about yourself in that fight?
I learned that I was like really trying to force things, and I was like really just like trying to like impose my will and like just be like smash, like it all crash and no flow kind of thing.
Right. So you box too, or do you still box, or was that like kind of just a experience thing?
Yeah, that was just kind of getting experience. I like the opportunities came up, and I enjoy boxing, so I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. So
yeah. So the boxing, how did you like that compared to mixed martial arts? There's not many people who do both, and I think you get this great insight to both of the sports, especially you being so young in it. So you did boxing second, correct?
I kind of did them both together.
Okay.
So the first thing I did was like a boxing match, and then I did I think an MMA, and then like 2 boxing. It kind of was like an opportunity came up, and then I was like, oh well, yeah, that would be awesome. Like why not do a boxing thing?
You're just trying to fight. I like it. I like that.
Yeah.
trying to get it in. So, do you have an idea when you want to fight next?
I have a fight.
Oh
Actually,
my! It's not on
yeah,
Tapology. I got to get it up there. When are you fighting?
March 12th, CFFC.
March 12th. Okay. Do you have an opponent yet or no?
Yeah. Her name's Ashley Dean.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure because I work with Tapology too, and you're not on there. I looked before. I'm like, she didn't have a fight coming up, but you know what? That's all right. I'm gonna get it fixed. People never
Yeah,
know.
just announced.
So going to this fight, how excited are you to actually fight again? Because it's not been easy lately to fight for a lot of people. How fortunate do you feel?
Yeah, I honestly, it's crazy. I can't believe how many opportunities that like me and like even the guys under Dart Sports are getting too. It's awesome. But yeah, I've been lucky enough to fight. This will be my third fight, and I can't wait to get back in there. And there's fans at this one, which
Oh,
I love fighting with fans. I didn't know that I didn't like fighting with fans until I did it. Like, holy, it makes a difference.
yeah, definitely. So you fought with no fans. What was that like? I mean, people always say I could hear my corner and stuff, but like, there's a certain gladiator aspect to where the roar of the crowd gets you blood boiling.
Yeah, there's a completely different feel. Like it feels like more of a competition as opposed to like a fight, like doesn't hit right.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So, what do you got prepared for us come your next fight? What kind of a fight are we getting into here?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm just gonna let the fight go wherever it has to go. Like I feel like it's kind of like the world's being shaken up right now, and so I don't know how she's gonna come in. Like it's I'm looking forward to it.
So you are Canadian, correct?
Yes.
I couldn't tell by the big Niagara Top Team shirt.
Yeah.
Um, do you look up to other like Canadian fighters? Canadians have some great legacy in mixed martial arts. You got Rory, Jillian Robertson, who's one of the best women's fighters in the UFC. You got obviously George St. Pierre. Do you look up to those people, and have you had a chance to train with any of them?
Yeah, no, of course I look up to them. Like it's I would like to be like kind of in the mix with them one day, kind of. But yeah, like George St. Pierre, I was able to train with him, and I was like up in TriStar. Uh, we did it like I didn't really train with him or anything like that, but we I don't know got to experience kind of what it was like being around him, I guess you could say.
Did you
And
fangirl? Did you fangirl a little bit? Like, holy crap, that's George St. Pierre.
yeah, exactly. That's exactly it.
I would fanboy so hard if I saw GSP. I'll go to fights and stuff. And you got to keep it cool as a reporter because you can't show favoritism to fights. But there's a couple fighters where I'm like, holy crap, it's such and such. Like Boss Rutan I met, and he was built like he's a monster still. And then at a boxing event, I met DC, and that's the strongest handshake I've ever felt. And I fangirled over those two, like, oh my gosh, it's Cormier.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So, what is your career goal? I know you get tired of this question, but I got to get it on my show.
Yeah.
Are you aiming to become a full-time professional fighter if you're not already, and UFC bound or what?
Yeah, I'm hoping that I get a good win, like a good performance, and I'm hoping after this fight that I get to call the UFC.
I hope you get the call, or even Contender Series would be great. But you know what I really want to hear? I want to hear Michael Bisping try and say your last name.
Yeah.
That would be great. That would be great. They're gonna call you Jasmine. I know it already. It's that's what's gonna happen. But I'm gonna still call them out for it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, Jasmine, I appreciate you taking some time to speak with me. Where can everybody find you on social media?
My Instagram is Jasmine Jasudavicius. So just mash those buttons.
Jasmine, thank you very much. I look forward to your fight. I'll be watching it and screaming loudly for you at the TV, probably waking my wife and son up, but they'll have to be all right with it.
Thank you for having me.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye.